We're learning Zilui Nishmas Etta Ahuva by Yaakov. Mesechus Gitin Perik Beis Mishna Zayin. Af Hanoshim She'ena Nemenes Loimer Meis Baila. Even the 5 women that are not believed to say that a man died b'Medinas Hayom and allowing the wife to marry, because we say that these 5 women hate this lady and therefore they would lie. They would make up a story in order to make her wind up into a mekulkel, into a bad situation. But yet, Nemenes Lahavi as Gita, the 5 ladies are believed to be a shliach to bring the get. We'll say why in a second. Who are the 5 ladies? Chamaisa, a mother-in-law. Bas Chamaisa, the mother-in-law's daughter. Tsarasa is a co-wife. Yevimta is basically a future co-wife. So you have 2 brothers that are married, so they're wives. Ubas Baila, her husband's daughter. So all these people, they're not believed to say Meis Bailu Mdinas Hayom, but they are believed to be a shliach to bring the get. Ma ben get lemisa. What's the difference between a get and misa? Shaksav mechia, because over here they have a piece of paper that's a get. So it shows that they're saying the truth. The Gemara does bring a brisa that says that they're not believed to bring a get. And the Gemara says there's a chilik between Eretz Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz. Maskanas HaGemara, in Eretz Yisrael, they're not believed because over there they say that they don't have to say V'fanei Nechtav, and therefore if the Baal comes and be Ma'ara, he's going to believe, and therefore it's going to wind up being a kilkel. But in the Chutz La'aretz, where you have to say V'fanei Nechtav, and then the Baal comes, he's not even going to be believed. So there's no kilkel that's going to come out. The last halacha of the Mishnah is Isha Atzma V'yas Gita. Isha could be a shliach to bring the get for herself. But she has to say v'fanei nechtav. So the Gemara asks, what do you mean? If she's bringing the get for herself, so she's megureshes as soon as the get reaches her hand. So the maskanas HaGemara is that the Baal made a tanai with her when he gave her the get, and he told her, I don't want you to be divorced only in the bezdin of that place where you're going to, and you should tell them v'fanei nechtav, and then the bezdin takes the get from her hand after she says B'fanei Nechtav, and then Reman, another shliach that goes ahead and gives the get back to her. There's a different similar teretz in the Gemara also, but that's the idea that he was masna with her that she's not going to be megureshes right when she gets the get. Perik Gimel Mishnah Aleph Kol get shenichtav shaloi l'shum isha pasal. Like we've learned many times, the cost of law is lishma. It has to be written l'shem the isha. So the Mishnah over here now has 4 examples that it was Shalei Lishma. Each one is a bigger chiddush than the next. So the first one is the most pashut, that it's Shalei Lishma, is Hayover B'Shuk V'Shama Kol Sefer Makrin. He heard Talmidim learning how to write safras, and they said, in the get, Ish Ploini Begarish as Ploinis Mimakim Ploini. So he says, Zeshmi v'Zeshem Ishi, that happens to be my name, and that's my wife's name, let me use it to give a get to my wife. So it was Shalei Lishma, so Pasal Legarish, but it's not a good get. Yes, Mikan, the Mishnah says a bigger chiddush. Kasav legarish b'is ishtay. He actually wrote it to divorce his wife. But v'nimach, then he changed his mind. Matzu ben Irai, someone else in the city, decides now to use that get. Amaloi shmi kishimcha v'shem ishti kishem ishtacha. So even though it was written l'shem gerishin, but not for this specific husband and wife, it's still pasal legarish b'y because shalei l'shma. The third case is Yeser Mikan, a person has 2 wives, and Kasav Legarish Bayis HaGedolah, so he actually wrote it for his wife. So the man is even the same man on the get, and still Lo Yigarish Bayis HaKatana, he became Megarish the other wife. And the final case, the biggest chiddush is Yeser Mikain, Amr Lalavar, Ksiv the Izish Eretz HaGarish, write a get for my wife. I'm happen to be not sure which one yet. And then later on I'll decide. But b'shastik siva I don't know. It's still pasal legarish boy. So the Gemara over here says that this Mishnah holds ein breira, and meaning there's a concept that yesh breira would say that later on when I decide which wife it is, so that's the wife that it was originally written for l'mafreya. But our Mishnah holds ein breira. Taisa says, and Taisa brings it down, that even according to the Manda Omer, normally that yesh breira, over here everyone's going to be asking ein breira, because when the pasuk says v'kas of law we darshan lishma, it's mashma that has to be mevurah, it has to be clear b'shas the ksiva.